Bank reconciliation is an optional process that you can do in X3, but it does offer a lot of functionality to help you manage the balance of your bank account. So bank account are done for a unique general ledger account that's per company. So we're going to launch our bank reconciliation from the GL process flow. To start a new reconciliation, you're going to click the new button on the right-hand side. You're going to select your bank account. Put in an ending statement date. The ending statement date is usually the end of the month, but there are some people who like to do either daily or weekly reconciliations. You're going to enter a description. And as an example, you're going to put in May 2020. Then you're going to enter your statement ending date. This is from the bank and it's something that can be downloaded. I'm going to put in an ending statement balance. Now, if you're doing a incremental reconciliation, your ending statement balance may not be available to you. A lot of people like to do the incremental reconciliation because it allows them to have less work at month end. And you do have the ability to save your reconciliation and come back to it later. So the header section is going to track your outstanding deposits and withdrawals and the amount cleared. The adjusted balance here is a calculation. It's taking your ending statement balance, minusing your outstanding withdrawals, adding your outstanding deposits, and coming up with an adjusted balance. This adjusted balance is compared to your book balance and comes up with a variance. When you're doing your reconciliation, your goal is to have the variance go down to 0. Now you're going to go through the transactions and clear what has been cleared in the bank. To do that, you just click on the checkbox. You have the ability of sorting the grid by any column in here, but when you click on it, it does resort it back to its initial sort. You do have the ability of saying yes to all or no to all. And what that's going to do is take all the remaining transactions and it's going to check them off or uncheck them as needed. This is to help you when you have a number of transactions and it just takes a little less time to click on every single one of them. Each transaction specified the dollar amount, the journal entry, and the check number if applicable, so you can see all that information in here. This is really just GL detail line information that's coming over from any transaction that posts to the cash account. So if I was done right now, I could click create. If you notice, I do have a variance of $2,500 and maybe I'm not wanting to reconcile that issue right now. I can close my page. Either later on or the next day, I can come back into my bank reconciliation. To select a reconciliation already in progress, you're not going to click new. Instead, you're going to select it from the list. This list will list all reconciliations, both open and closed for the bank accounts. It's very important that you only have one reconciliation open for a bank account at a time. If not, your calculations will be affected. On another note, if you ever need to delete a reconciliation, make sure you uncheck all of the transactions first before you do the deletion. So I'm going to select my existing reconciliation. If you notice, all of the transactions are not listed here. When you first select it, only the ones checked off and cleared are going to show up. To restore all the other transactions, simply click the search button. Okay, so all of the transactions are coming back in here. You can see we have 360 lines for this bank reconciliation. An additional feature that you have is the ability to enter an adjustment. Usually the adjustment is maybe a bank fee. So I'm going to select that reason, and it's actually just jumping me in to the journal entry screen. So bank transaction fees can get done as a journal entry. separately or done through the reconciliation. So I'm going to click New for a new entry. I'm going to scroll down to my lines. I'm going to pick my cash account. I'll do my bank fee of $2,500. Go down to my next GL line. I'm going to click on bank fee. I can select that. If you notice, I'm able to put in a description instead of selecting the actual account, and it finds it for me. If you have any dimensions that you're tracking and that you're forced to put in, you can put them in here. I'm going to click Create and close my journal entry. It's going to take me back to my bank reconciliation screen from where I initially launched it. And if you notice, it came in automatically checked. I did not have to check that. So now my variance goes to 0. I have the ability of closing my reconciliation, and then I'm going to print my statement. So when I do print record, the statement that I'm on automatically comes in. I'll hit my print button. It's going to go to the preview destination. And now that that's up, so you have this section that mimics the top header section of the bank reconciliation. So you can see your bank, your general ledger account, and the company, and the status that it's closed. It's going to give your ending statement balance and your cleared deposits and withdrawals. And then below that, you have the 3 different transactions that I have cleared. If you notice, it does not list your outstanding transactions. So I'm going to close out of here. We have an inquiry built that allows you to print your outstanding transactions. So to go into this, you just click criteria. You're going to put in your company. You're going to put in your ending date. So anything cleared as of a certain date. So if I put in 5/18, or I can put in 5/31, my ending statement balance. And I'm going to put in my GL account for the cash account. So here's a list of all of your outstanding transactions. They can be downloaded to Excel, and then you can save it as a PDF or keep it in an Excel format for use if you ever need to look back at your outstanding transactions. So that is all we have for bank reconciliation. Please let us know if you have any questions. You can contact anybody at Net@Work, and we can get back to you. Thank you very much.